Thornton. She is the director of the Go Red for Women, the American Heart Association. And today we're going to talk about a lot of interesting things that go on in the community, and we're going to teach you how to live a little bit better. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So the first question, tell us about yourself.
So I've been with the American Heart Association for 4 years.
Okay.
I previously worked at a small nonprofit and decided to go to the American Heart Association. One of the reasons why is because heart disease has really had an impact on my family.
Okay.
Lost my mother to heart transplant rejection 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
She ended up developing congestive heart failure as a result of treatment for chemotherapy.
Okay.
Or chemotherapy treatment. And so she did get into a protocol. She did get a heart transplant. It went well for a while, but then it didn't work out.
It didn't take, yeah, oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
And that sort of became a mission for you.
Yes.
Which is awesome. I know that the American Heart Association does a lot of good things, and I know the Philly chapter really does a lot of good things.
Yes.
And if anybody followed me on Twitter, you know I'm always shouting out for you guys.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about the American Heart Association in general, and then maybe kind of what happens in the Philadelphia and South Jersey area as well.
Sure. So the American Heart Association has been around for a little over 90 years. Our mission is to reduce cardiovascular disease and improve the health of all Americans. One of the things that we've been doing over the course of the past 90 years are doing things to help with care, advocacy, research, and education. We in Philadelphia have multiple campaigns that we're doing. We do some things to help with blood pressure management. We do some things that directly reach out to women. We have campaigns that reach out to minority communities. African Americans and Hispanics are at a higher risk of heart disease and stroke, but all in all, heart disease is the #1 killer of all Americans, men and women.
Right. And one of the things, right, is that it's also workplace,
Yes.
right? I know that the American Heart Association does a lot of work training people on the workforce, how to eat healthier, how to, live a more active life.
Yes. We have programs that are targeted directly at workplaces. Our Heart Walk originally started as the Start Walk, and it was an idea that we could go into companies and reach people where they were, and then they could send the messages home to their family that they needed to start walking in order to live a heart-healthy life.
Right.
One of the things that we've done is incorporated a healthy food and beverage kit, which encourages workplaces to have healthy food options in their vending machines, in their cafeteria, and also in their meetings, because people tend to do what's easy and order
Right.
pizza and cookies.
So you
for
mean
staff
you
meetings.
shouldn't have that? I mean, I'm a marketing person by trade, so it was sugar, caffeine, and fat.
Right.
But maybe not in that order, depending on the
Right.
day. So I guess the no salt or salt sneaking up on you campaign is probably
Right.
one of those things that
Yes.
directly.
Yes, yes. So we do that, and then we also encourage workplaces to be fit friendly, where they have a culture of wellness. They offer incentives for people to be active physically and to eat right.
Excellent, excellent. And I also know that the American Stroke, right, is also part of the American Heart Association.
Yes. Most people don't know that the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association are one and the same. Stroke is the #4 killer of Americans and one of the leading causes of disability.
Excellent. And then one of the things that I also learned was the American Heart Association spends literally billions of dollars on research.
Yes.
But one of the really cool things is Philadelphia is one of your major markets.
Yes, so over the past few years, the amount of grants we've given out to, we have just so many fine research institutions in the city of Philadelphia and the surrounding areas that we've given between $11 million and $16 million back in research to institutions here to fight heart disease and stroke.
Excellent. Do you want to shout out to any of them?
Probably two of our biggest receivers of grants are Temple University and the Hospital of University of Pennsylvania, or Penn Medicine, I should say.
Right. Okay. We also have to shout out for Jeff, because we have a shout out for Jeff at every one of our shows.
Oh,
because
okay.
Jeff's a big client of mine.
Yes, and Jefferson does receive grant funding from us as well.
Right. And Open Your Heart is a huge campaign, right? It's a huge campaign nationally as well as locally. And why don't we touch a little bit about it from a general standpoint of what it does, because when we come back after break, we're really going to dive into that. So we'll give people a teaser.
Okay. So opening your heart is just a mechanism we use to ask people to open up their heart, not necessarily in the literal way, but in the figurative way, where we ask them to donate to the American Heart Association and be willing to help us to educate people and help us to meet our goal of reducing deaths by 20% and improving the cardiovascular health of all Americans by 20% by the year 2020.
Excellent. Okay, I'm Jim Cuccinata. I'm here with Deena Weems Thornton, for the director of the Go Red project for women, and we will be back to morning coffee after these messages.
Today's show is sponsored by Hargrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hargrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hargrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hargrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hargrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I'm Jim Cuccinata. I'm here with Deena Weems Thornton, who is the director of Go Red for Women, the American Red Cross. In the first segment, we spoke a little bit about the American Red Cross and what it does in the communities. We're also going to talk a little bit about what Go Red is and why people should care.
Right.
But one of the things you guys do is you do a lot of work with the health systems, right, in the hospitals in our communities.
Yeah, so one of the goals, as I mentioned, of the American Heart Association is to reduce deaths from cardiovascular disease and stroke. And so one of the things we do is we have quality systems initiatives with our health systems where we come up with protocols that have been proven and tested so that the hospitals can put those into existence so that people get the best care when they get to the hospital. So there's protocols if someone comes in, you know, with heart attack symptoms, if somebody has heart failure systems, if someone has a cardiac arrest and isn't breathing. So there's these really great protocols we use. And many of the health systems in the Philadelphia and South Jersey area do participate in this program.
Excellent.
And it ensures that you get the best treatment as fast as possible.
Great. And my business, right, Halo Health is all about patient education and digital patient education. I know you guys do a ton of education.
Yes.
A lot of the programs, or I guess say every program I would imagine with American Heart, has some kind of follow-up. Where should they go to learn more?
So people can visit us at heart.org. If they hit heart.org/Philadelphia, they'll get the Philadelphia office specifically. But they can go to our main heart.org website and get all sorts of resources and information.
Excellent. Awesome. Okay, so I am here with Deena Weems Thornton, and she's the director of the Go Red for Women campaign, and we're going to start talking a little bit about that.
Yes.
So, did you start your career with the American Heart in Go Red, or did you move into that? How'd that work?
I actually worked on our heart work team for 3 years, which was great. Jefferson was one of my companies I worked with very closely.
Right.
I love the folks over there. But about a year ago, I decided that I needed a change, and I decided to transition into working with Go Red for Women.
Okay. And then let's explain a little bit about the Go Red for Women.
Sure. So the Go Red campaign was started because women actually have different symptoms than men, or can have different symptoms than men when it comes to heart disease. Oftentimes, women would go to the emergency room and be sent home because they had jaw pain or a queasy stomach. And unfortunately, for many years, women went home and died because they were about to suffer a heart attack, but doctors didn't know.
Okay.
And not to mention that most people think heart disease is a man's disease, but heart disease actually kills more women than all of the cancers combined.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, most people think it's breast cancer because that's what you automatically think
Sure.
of, but it's actually heart disease. So we started the campaign to really not only educate women that heart disease is their #1 risk, but to also to have some women-specific research studies, which helped us to learn about, the queasiness, the jaw pains, and things like that that women sometimes get when they are having a cardiac event.
Right. So aside from symptoms, are there lifestyle differences or biological differences of why women's,
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with women being caretakers.
Mm-hmm.
So we often, are more concerned about our children and our spouses and things like that, and making sure that they're taken care of, that we may not take some of the time we need to take care of ourselves.
Right.
Because we don't really think we're at risk for heart disease, we may not be conscious of how much sodium we're eating or the amount of fat and things like that.
Right. And stress.
And stress.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Moms are stressful.
Yes.
I think that should be, one of those things that every new parent needs to know. Dads have some stress, moms have lots of stress.
Yes.
And stress brings on a lot of the heart disease symptoms, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
Yes.
kind of move faster. If you're a stressful person, you tend to have more heart disease.
Right. Yes. Stress and smoking are two of the two things that you can control. You can't control your genetics,
Right.
but you can control obviously what you eat. You can control manage your stress levels,
Right.
and
Yeah, in your lifestyle,
in
your
your
general
lifestyle,
lifestyle,
mhm.
right? We always talk about effort and attitude.
Right.
You're the only two things you can control, and it kind of works hand in hand, right? What you're putting in your body, what you're paying attention to,
Right.
Are the things you can control, and obviously how you adjust, right? Screenings are probably very important for women.
Yes. Yes. And one of the things that was passed with the Affordable Care Act is that women can get free well women visits.
Okay.
So we definitely, one of the big pushes for the Go Red for Women campaign here in Philadelphia is for women to make sure that they are getting their well women visits. It's free, it's part of your insurance, and even if you're on Medicaid, you can still get that.
You can still get it.
It's
Excellent.
very important.
Where can they go? Anywhere? Any
They can
doctor?
pretty go to any doctor. Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to go to a cardiologist necessarily. They just get
Right, you go to your regular doctor, they'll check your do your blood work, check your blood pressure, see what your cholesterol levels are like, and things like that can be indicators for heart disease. And
Excellent. And what events are you running now? What should people on the look for?
So we're just kicking off our campaign for this year. Our first big event is Heart Month, which is in February, which is really not an event. It's more of a celebration and an education opportunity for
Right.
the entire month of February with this Valentine's Day Heart Month.
Yep.
And Wear Red Day is the first Friday in in February. And what we do is we try to reach out to companies and organizations and get them to host events and educational workshops and perhaps do fundraisers in order to help us to really bring awareness. A lot of times you'll see the newscasters will have on red that day.
Yep.
We just try to get people to wear red on that day, and really just focus on what is one thing they can do to improve their heart health.
Excellent. That's awesome. So I am here with Deena Weems Thornton. She is the director of the Go Red campaign for women in Philadelphia. We've learned a lot about the American Heart Association. We learned a lot about Go Red. When we come back, we're going to learn about how you can start helping stopping heart disease. We'll be back to Morning Coffee in a minute.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at alicia@whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee. I'm Jim Cucinato. I'm here with Deena Weems Thornton. She is the director of Go Red for Women of the Philadelphia chapter of the American Heart Association. We spoke a little bit about the American Heart Association, right? We talked about all the good things it's doing, not just for the public, but also the workplace inside of the hospitals and healthcare. We spoke about Go Red, right? How women have a really high rate of heart disease, and the symptoms are very different. I forgot to mention during that segment, you have a great commercial. So everybody should Google and find American Heart and Elizabeth Banks. It's a great commercial.
Just a little heart attack.
Yes, just a little heart attack. She is very amusing. It looks like my house on a normal work day, so I related to it very well.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about all of the events that go on, because a lot of them are centered in February, right?
Yes.
And you have to go, the Heart Walk and things like that are kind of fall-related things, but you've got Go Red events all year that you wanted to talk about.
Right. So our Heart Walk is November 5th at Citizens Bank Park. But in April, we do an event, our Rock the Red fashion show, which features students from Philadelphia University. They design dresses. That's kind of a prequel to our actual Go Red for Women luncheon, which takes place on May 12th at the Crystal Tea Room in Philadelphia.
Very nice.
So that's pretty much the three major things we do is Heart Month, the Rock the Red fashion show, and the luncheon.
Excellent. And it's something that if someone wants to get involved, what do they do?
So we have lots of ways for people to get involved on the grassroots level, on the higher executive level. We have our Passion Committee. Our Passion Committee are men and women who are interested in just getting out the information and spreading awareness. And then we have our executive leadership team, which is for executives and companies around the Philadelphia area who are interested in helping us to actually fundraise. Excellent,
excellent. And how do they contact you?
They can contact me by phone at 215-575-5229.
Excellent. And if they wanted to learn more, they go to the website?
Yes, they can go to heart.org/Philadelphia, and that will connect them to the Go Red campaign in Philadelphia.
Excellent. All right, Deena, we have a little bit of a tradition on the show. Okay, you're going to look over into camera 3, and you've got 2 to 3 minutes to say whatever you like.
Okay.
This is the best part of the show for me. No one has to hear my voice.
Right. So the American Heart Association, we do what we do because of life. Life is why. My why is my mother, who I lost, as I mentioned, to heart transplant rejection. And what we really want people to know is that heart disease is the #1 killer of both men and women here in the United States, and that stroke is #4. You can reduce your risk by learning how to control your nutrition, your physical activity, and just having an overall culture of wealth at work and at your home. And we just hope that people will participate in the Go Red for Women campaign. It's such an important campaign designed to save our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our aunts, and our friends. And, you know, it's just a wonderful opportunity to be here and to be able to ask people to please, you know, reach out to us at 215-575-5229 so that you can learn how you can empower the women in your life to live a heart-healthy life.
Awesome. That was the best one we've ever had on the show. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm Jim Cucinato. I was here with Deena Weems Thornton, who is the director of the Go Red for Women campaign for the American Heart Association of Philadelphia, who just gave the best 2-minute summation of anything about the American Heart Association. If you want to learn more, please go to heart.org/Philadelphia and help out people in your neighborhood. If you're not from Philadelphia and you're watching this, eliminate the slash part. We will see you next week on the Halo Health segment, and now back to morning coffee.